What's good, everyone? I know what this used to be, right? Now Immaculate. Bullshit hospital. Let's see. Danny's mom almost died here. She had an aneurysm after she was complaining about a headache or something, and they sent her home with aspirin. She ended up having an aneurysm, almost died, and ended up suing the hospital for almost $1 million. They made bread off of that. RP Monster. My nigga Brian, he came here with a leg problem or fractured ankle or something. Anyway, that ended up being a blood clot that traveled from his ankle, I guess, to his heart. He had a heart attack, dropped dead. His family ended up suing. They got paid. Used to see Pace all stressed out. But probably the craziest thing was just, you know, this was the emergency entrance right here for the emergency room. Right fucking here. And all the way from my building, I would be in front of my building smoking a cigarette in the summertime, smoking a joint, whatever. And I would hear people all the way down here screaming in the front of the emergency room. Obviously, they just lost somebody, or they're working on somebody that they know, a family member, whatever. Anyway, they would be screaming. Like, I would hear constant screams from right here outside this fucking exit from the emergency room. Nothing but screams. I'd be in front of my building hearing people screaming. You know, I always thought that shit was crazy. This was the worst hospital. I remember when they were building this. Matter of fact, recently I was with Rolo around the corner drinking a beer and shit, and we're talking to the construction people. And we, you know, I was just asking them, since this was a hospital. Well, not the construction people. I was talking to one of the security guards, and I'm like, yo, since this used to be a hospital, you know, countless people died. I know, mad people died here. Have you ever heard any stories about hauntings, basically? And he's like, no. But when it was being built, you know, basically when it was under construction, a construction worker died. And I remember seeing that on the news. He died on the parking lot side where they was building a new parking lot. He was riding some machine or something, and he was on top, and his head hit a beam or a concrete column or something, and he ended up dying. And they said right after that incident that construction workers would be complaining about hearing shit and seeing shit. And I'm guessing it was right after homie died. So, crazy story. Crazy out here.